Hello everyone, welcome to the I Live Truth channel. My name is Earl and I'm glad you're here. So if you're new, make sure you bookmark ilivetruth.com, subscribe, and share this with people who find it useful. Anyway, I just want to do today's video on the things I've learned this far and advice I would give to myself if I knew what I know now. So I've recently just learned that everything in life is an offer. Everything is an offer. So you know how you get stuff in the mail, it says offer, get a new house for this much down, or new cell phone for this much per month. So that's an offer. Now, everything in life is basically, I know I just said this, everything is an offer. So, for example, one of my supervisors at work sent me a text, a while ago, early. He said, hey, can you come in 4 hours early? And I considered it. And I sent a reply and I said, no, thank you for the offer though. So the offer was, you come in 4 hours early, trade your time for overtime wage. So that's a very easy example. And, I declined. So, every single thing. So the whole thing that's going on in the world, hey, put this on your face and you can come buy our service or our goods or gain our services. So I think had I understood this, like a decade, 10 or 20 years ago, my life could have been a lot different. So I just nobody is forcing you to accept anything. And on the stream I listened to, a couple episodes ago, he said that you're either going to follow the laws of God or you're going to follow the laws of the government. It's up to you to choose. And this is true. There's a lot of people out there. I was one of them, the people that thought that I was being oppressed by the government. But as I began to learn more and more about law and offers, I understand now that it's all just an offer. Hey, if you want to use credit cards, and if you want driver's licenses and insurance, yada yada, then you're forced to comply with the laws and policies of the people that you gain services from. Now, for an example, like hospitals. Hospitals are a service provided by the government, and they are very useful, That's a good thing. So are fire departments and the police, While I've never called the police, I'm glad that they're there for people who need them, people who have decided to give up their guns so they can't protect themselves, and so that's good that they can call somebody. Now, if you live in a huge city, obviously the response time is very high, so not ideal, but it's good that they exist. So I thought that people were going to come kick in my door and force me to comply with the nonsense happening in this world. But that never happened. At most, I was confronted a couple times when I showed my bare face in a few businesses, stores. Mostly, actually all of them were mega corporations. So, it was a hassle, and I thought that was the best way to stand up for my rights. I didn't fully understand what freedom was, and what that is freedom. A good definition for freedom is responsibility. So if you truly want to be free, then you need to do everything in your power to become self-sufficient, or at the very least, use local supply chains, get things that you consume through your community. But the thing about the world situation, or what was happening in the world a couple years ago, was all these people were screaming, I want my rights, I want my rights. But, they go into a store and then they'd buy alcohol and then come outside and, they just had it completely backwards, inverted. So maybe a week ago, I think it was shortly before July 4th, my girl was telling me about people sharing this thing around Facebook. I don't use Facebook, but or really any social media except the Beartaria Times. You can check that out at beartariatimes.app, I believe, or beartariatimes.com. Anyway, that's the only social media I use. Very good stuff, wholehearted, wholesome, positive. And anyway, she was talking about people sharing this thing about boycotting gas. Don't buy gas this day or this weekend or whatever it was. And everybody was like, yeah, let's take the power back. But it's nuts because, all right, so say everybody participated in this boycott. So nobody, like 0% of people bought gas this day or this weekend. So how does food get to the grocery stores? It's driven, it's transported using gasoline. So had these people, most of them, I'm assuming, were in cities, they just usually are people that are like doing these things, thinking that they're fighting for their rights or whatever. So they're in cities, completely dependent on the system. Don't buy anything locally, get all their food from Walmart, everything. So completely dependent. So say nobody bought gas, and then a couple days later, all of a sudden, all the shelves at the grocery store are empty because everybody signed on and was like, yeah, let's fight the system, whatever. Well, now your grocery stores are empty. Now you have no food, and now you're screwed. So I just thought it was insane, like all these people that are screaming freedom, they don't even understand, first of all, how the system works or how the world works, and then they're literally begging for something that could destroy them. So I just thought that was funny. All these, they are slaves, and don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing for everybody. Me, personally, I don't want to be a slave, so that's why I'm doing everything I can to become self-sufficient. We just procured a meat source, rabbits. We still got to get a male, but that'll be a source of meat. We have chickens, laying hens, one laying duck, so we have our own eggs, and we have a garden going. Granted, the garden isn't producing as much as I envisioned, during the winter, but a lot of that's because I wasn't diligent. We put a lot of stuff in the greenhouse, just this little greenhouse. It's like 5 by 5 feet. And then there was a super hot week, and I got lazy, and pretty much everything just got fried in the greenhouse. So, we do have some stuff in the ground, and we will have some, like a decent amount of potatoes and tomatoes, and we got our apple trees. But anyway, so yeah, I'm working on ways to become self-sufficient, and I'm also trying to formulate ideas and figure out a way that I can gain money, US dollars, so I can pay our bills, the mortgage, things that I cannot avoid at this point. So that's what I'm doing. But it's just funny, you know. But that's because I don't want to be a slave. I want to be free. I accept the responsibility. I'm fine with dealing with things on my own. You know, I'm fine producing my own meat. I'm fine growing whatever. Or, you know, figuring out where I can get these things without setting foot in a corporation. But, yeah, all these slaves, I mean, they think they're slaves, and they're right, they are, begging for the grocery stores to be empty, essentially, even though they're completely dependent on that food source. And most of them, the majority, are doing absolutely nothing to create resources for themselves, other than dollars in a bank account so they can accumulate more debt and be enslaved even further. But, yeah, so, and that's the thing, you know, like, whatever policies these corporations create, however illegal or not, we may be going into a future where you have to comply with these policies in order to use their services or buy their goods. And it's just an offer, guys. It's all an offer. You don't have to accept anything. Now, they may make you believe that it's your only option. The only thing you can do is comply. Like, for instance, oh, I'm going to lose my job if I don't do this. Okay, well, you have the choice of standing up for what you believe in and losing your job and eventually probably ending up in a better place than you would be had you stayed at that job. So you have a choice. Either comply with their policies, illegal or not, and keep your job, keep consuming, or don't and be free. So that's the one point, is understand that everything is an offer. And another thing is, the second point that I would like to tell myself as a younger age would be that it's important to trust people, you know, not just fake surface level trust, like to get by, but actually legitimately trust people. So, like, the relationship I'm in, it's been years, over 5 years, and the whole purpose, I probably didn't understand it fully. I didn't understand it fully, you know, when I got into this relationship, or any relationship, but it's a partnership. When you start dating a girl, or, you know, finding a girl that you want to spend your life with, it's a partnership. It's not just somebody that you can engage in intercourse and have somebody to sit next to you while you watch Netflix and chill or whatever. I mean, it is for some people, but fundamentally, using principles from the Bible, relationship, a marriage, is a partnership where you rely on each other, you build together, you create together, not only resources but life, and it's a partnership. You lean on each other, you trust each other. And had I trusted my girl, for more time than I have in our relationship, things would have got better. You know, she was constantly telling me, oh, you're so narcissistic, you're so controlling, you're such a know-it-all, you know, arrogant was another word she used. A lot of these words, you know, and had I trusted her and actually heard what she was saying instead of became defensive and just tried to, I guess, manipulate the perception or the whatever into favoring what I was saying, you know, in terms of me not being narcissistic or yada yada, had I trusted her and heard her and actually put value in the things she said, maybe I could have started this growth journey or this growth healing process. Maybe I could have started it 5 years ago, you know. And I probably could have if I was truly being honest and I valued what she had to say and trusted her. It's just a lot to take in. And granted, I mean, a lot of society is messed up. You know, people aren't moral. People lie to themselves. People say things that aren't true. But when you're a man and a woman is telling you something, now a lot of people can just disregard it. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, it's that time of month. Whatever you want, however you want to spin it. Women can perceive things differently than men can. So that's a value that they have that men don't have. Most men. I mean, some men have been trained, they've trained themselves to be able to notice these things that women notice, but women are better at it. That's a fact. They can pick up on things that we can't, and it's important and not only in a relationship, but like in a business model, to be able to use that input and turn it into something good, or use it as something that can help you grow. Use it to benefit you. And not only just you, but both of you, you know, your whole family. You can gain very, very much from it. And so yeah, that's the other thing. Trust what your woman is saying, you know, give value to it. Don't just disregard it because you think she's not on the same page as you, or whatever the reason. Just don't disregard it. Trust what she's saying, and you'll be a lot better off. So yeah, to recap, everything in this life is an offer. You do not have to accept anything unless you want what they have. And 2, trust your woman, your wife, your girlfriend. And that's about it. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video. If you found this content useful and enjoyed what I have to say, and want to hear what's further, like, subscribe, comment, share, and don't forget to bookmark ilivetruth.com. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.